Now, at least 20 people have been killed in protests in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Demonstrators are demanding that President Joseph Kabila step down as his term in office expired at midnight on Monday. Many have taken to the streets of the capital, Kinshasa. Security forces responded to the demonstrators by opening fire. And as Fidelis Mbar reports, church leaders are now having to work with politicians to try and resolve the crisis.
President Joseph Kabila's second and final term officially ended on Monday, and he was expected to step down after 15 years in office. But he wants to remain in his post until 2018.
He will remain the President of the Republic because the Constitution demands it. Doing otherwise will violate the Constitution because the Constitution clearly states that the President of the Republic remains until a new president is elected.
The Electoral Commission failed to organize elections last month, as required by the Constitution. It wanted more funds and more time to update the voters' register. It led to unrest across the country. Dozens were killed in September during opposition protests. Demonstrations and riots first broke out in January 2015 after the parliament adopted a bill to postpone the elections. In May 2016, the Constitutional Court authorized President Kabila to extend his stay in power. All opposition groups formed a coalition in June 2016. And in October 2016, the government and a faction of opposition groups agreed to delay the elections by more than 1 year.
Since an agreement has already been signed, the best thing we should do is to give a chance to the government in place and give them a deadline, and then we can have elections. What we fear is bloodshed. We don't want any more bloodshed on the streets of Kinshasa.
The main opposition continues its call for the president to step down. Some of its supporters have taken to the streets. Protests have also been held by Congolese nationals abroad, some of whom fled political persecution.
We are asking the international community, which is very present in Congo and who knows the strategic importance of Congo, to accompany the Congolese people in its will to get rid of a criminal regime that has reached its end.
And in the meantime, the dominant Christian community continues to call for dialogue, fearing that any escalation of the crisis could trigger a conflict. Fidelis Mbar, TLT World.